How do you identify? Is this an important label for you?
I've actually never felt comfortable identifying as lesbian when I was growing up, as it was always used as a weapon to mock women who didn't align with the heteronormative female. So I always associated shame and fear with the label lesbian. It was only when I finally took back my power from those who judged me as sinful, did that abhorrence of the term lesbian diminish. I generally don't like labels, but I do now take great pride in being part of the LGBTIQA plus community.
When and how did you realise that you were LGBTIQA plus? How has your cultural background impacted your experience?
I knew I was a lesbian when I was in primary school. I recall my brother having a girlfriend and I felt attracted to her. By the time I entered high school, I was considered to be a tomboy because I didn't have all those femme traits that society tells us we should have by the time we hit our teenage years. I certainly didn't ascribe to social norms, but I quickly learned that if I didn't fit in, I would stand out and be punished for it. Being raised in a strict Catholic family that saw homosexuality as a sin certainly didn't help my situation, and it only thrust me further into a life of denial.
What is your connection to this area and when did it start?
I recently connected to the area as I started a fresh chapter of my life here. It's actually been a new beginning and one that didn't come with all the baggage that I had accumulated while living in my hometown since birth. The city of Casey has become the area where I now lay my foundations and from which I forge a new future with pride and a desire to be everything that I would have wanted to see in those around me while I was growing up as a scared lesbian trying to find her place in the world.
What do you like about living, working, studying, or visiting this area as an LGBTIQA plus or ally?
I love that I've met my community and they've embraced me for me. It's so wonderful to feel a sense of connection and belonging. It's incredible to have council supporting the goals of many LGBTIQA plus members who crave that visibility and inclusion.
What do you not like about living, working, studying, visiting this area as an LGBTIQA plus or ally?
I would love to see a mentor program for youths and elders to connect. It's something I feel the area would really benefit from.
What do you think are the most important issues facing LGBTIQA plus and their allies today?
I think mental health is a huge issue for the community. Acceptance of oneself can be a massive challenge for so many, as well as the constant struggle between one's faith and sexuality. I myself have come to a point where I now accept that the two need not be mutually exclusive. But I think there are many cultures in the city of Casey that see homosexuality as a sin, and consequently many suffer in silence. The link between mental health and the LGBTIQA plus community is a calamity, and it's one that society needs to address collectively.
What message, if any, would you like to give to others?
I think it's so important for people to know that it's okay to have feelings that may be confronting and that there is support out there. I also believe we as humans need to foster our own sense of understanding through compassionate connections. Taking an open-hearted and open-minded approach does help people realise that a person's sexuality doesn't define them, nor should it. It's just another facet of an individual. I live in the hope that people will one day see past these labels and categorisations and just see the soul that stands before them. The authentic love you experience when you have the courage to live your truth and find a love so deep and rich is really powerful. It's such a beautiful feeling to stand in your truth and embrace who you are. Young people need to know that two women or two men can nurture a deep and intimate relationship. And such a connection has the benefits of being free from the influence of gender roles and gender expectations. Once you strip all that back, what you're left with is the purity and purpose of why two people come together, that being to live a fulfilling life together and share this wonderful journey.